This little boy was hit by his brother's baseball. He lost his life on the spot. At the funeral, the family was devastated. But later that night, when the eldest son embraced his father, Dad took out a fruit knife to avenge his youngest son's death. Luckily, the mother, Ellie, came in time. She desperately blocked her husband, trying to grab the fruit knife in his hand, but she ended up fainting from Tom's beating. When Ellie woke up, she found that her husband and son were nowhere to be found. She rushed around looking for them, until she came to the basement and found her husband with a knife stuck in his body. He was already dead, and her oldest son was standing in the doorway of the basement with a pale face. Ellie asked her son who did it. Son stared at her without answering. She called out to her son to come over, but he had just taken 2 steps. Ellie rushed down to the basement, but there was no one there, yet there was no other exit here at all. She didn't know what was going on. How could the oldest son disappear? She had no choice but to call the police. Police investigation of the house and found Ellie was the only living person in the house, and the knife on her husband's body only had Avery's fingerprints on it. Since the evidence is overwhelming, Ellie was sentenced to 30 years in prison, until 2023.